Have you ever gazed upon a sight so breathtaking it felt like stepping into a dream? A place where nature's artistry is on full display, or human ingenuity has created something truly extraordinary? From the highest peaks that pierce the clouds to the deepest oceans teeming with life, our planet is an astonishing tapestry of wonder. We live on a world adorned with an endless array of spectacular landscapes, each whispering tales of ancient forces and timeless beauty. Well, get ready to embark on an unforgettable journey. In this video, we've scoured the globe, handpicking 25 of the most awe-inspiring, jaw-dropping, and utterly beautiful places on Earth. These are the destinations that ignite the imagination, soothe the soul, and remind us of the incredible splendor that surrounds us. So let us set out on this unforgettable journey. Halong Bay, Vietnam. Ever dreamed of sailing through a mythical seascape? Let's set sail for Halong Bay, Vietnam, a place where legends come to life. Imagine emerald waters stretching endlessly, dotted with over 1,600 limestone karsts draped in lush greenery, rising like dragon's teeth from the sea. This UNESCO World Heritage Site in northern Vietnam isn't just a bay, it's a masterpiece nature carved over millions of years. Local legend says Halong Bay, meaning descending dragon, was created when dragons spat jewels into the sea to protect Vietnam from invaders, forming these islands as a natural fortress. Pretty epic, right? As you glide through on a traditional junk boat, the mist swirls around you, revealing hidden caves like Sung Sot, where massive stalactites gleam like chandeliers. Inside you'll feel like an explorer uncovering a secret world. Some chambers are so big, they echo with your footsteps. Don't miss the floating villages like Qua Van, where families live on the water, their colorful boats bobbing gently. These communities have thrived for centuries, fishing and trading right from their floating homes. Fun fact, Halong Bay starred in movies like Tomorrow Never Dies. James Bond himself zipped through these waters. For a bird's-eye view, hike up to Cannon Fort on Cat Bay Island, where panoramic vistas of the bay unfold, with karsts stretching to the horizon. And the wildlife. Oh, it's incredible! Keep an eye out for rare langur monkeys swinging through the trees or dolphins playing in the waves. Halong Bay's biodiversity is so rich, it's a haven for over 1,000 species of fish. Whether you're kayaking through hidden lagoons or watching the sunrise paint the karsts golden, this place feels like a dream you never want to wake up from. So, what's your Halong Bay adventure, exploring a cave or meeting the locals? Let's keep sailing, this world has so much more to show. Pamukkale, Turkey. Ever seen a place that looks like a frozen waterfall from a fairy tale? Let's journey to Pamukkale, Turkey, a wonder that'll take your breath away. In southwestern Turkey, Pamukkale, meaning Cotton Castle, dazzles with white travertine terraces cascading down a hillside. These natural hot springs, formed over 14,000 years, bubble up at a warm 35 degrees Celsius, creating turquoise pools that shimmer like jewels under the sun. It's a surreal landscape that looks like snow, but it's all mineral magic. Atop these terraces lies Hierapolis, an ancient city from the 2nd century BC. Wander through its Roman theater, still seating 15,000, or explore the necropolis with over 1,200 tombs. History whispers in every stone. Here's a fun fact. Cleopatra herself is said to have soaked in these thermal waters, believing in their healing powers. Talk about a royal bath. You can dip your toes in the warm pools, feeling the minerals soothe your skin. For the best view, hike to the top at sunrise. The terraces glow golden, and the misty air feels like a dream. A UNESCO site, Pamukkale blends nature and history like nowhere else. If you're lucky, you might spot paragliders soaring above, chasing the ultimate view. Whether you're exploring ancient ruins or soaking in a thermal pool, Pamukkale feels like a step into a magical realm. Whitehaven Beach, Australia. Ready to step onto a beach that feels like a dream? Let's dive into Whitehaven Beach, Australia, a paradise in the Whitsunday Islands. Off Queensland's coast, this 7-kilometer stretch of silica sand is so white, it dazzles against the turquoise coral sea. The sand's 98% pure silica, so fine it squeaks under your feet almost like it's singing to you. The magic peaks at Hill Inlet, where tidal shifts swirl turquoise and white together, like an artist painting on water. Hike to Tongue Point for a view that'll leave you speechless. It's pure Instagram magic. Fun fact, Whitehaven sits in the Great Barrier Reef Marine Park, a UNESCO site, teeming with over 1,500 fish species. You might spot dolphins or even a gentle dugong gliding by. Dive in for a snorkel, the crystal-clear waters reveal vibrant coral reefs bursting with life. Or sail the Whitsundays on a catamaran, the ocean breeze in your hair. Here's a quirky twist: this sand is so pure it was used to make glass for the Hubble Space Telescope. How wild is that? Protected by Whitsunday Islands National Park, Whitehaven is a pristine escape, no cars, no crowds, just nature's finest. Whether you're swimming in the inlet or soaking in the serenity, this beach feels like a secret paradise. So what's your Whitehaven vibe, snorkeling the reefs or capturing that perfect view? Let's keep exploring the world's wonders. Lofoten Islands, Norway. Ever dreamed of a place where mountains kiss the sea under a dancing sky? Let's escape to the Lofoten Islands, Norway, an Arctic wonderland. This archipelago above the Arctic Circle stuns with dramatic peaks plunging into icy fjords, their jagged edges glowing pink at sunset. Picture red fishing cabins called rorbur, dotting the shores of Rena, reflecting like jewels on the water. From September to March, the northern lights paint the sky in swirling greens and purples. A celestial show you'll never forget. Fun fact: Lofoten's been a fishing hub for over 1,000 years, famous for its cod, dried on racks you'll see everywhere. Kayak through the Troll Fjord, a narrow 2-kilometer fjord with 1,000-meter cliffs. It's like paddling through a Viking saga. Or hike to Rheinebringen for a view that'll stop your heart, emerald waters and peaks as far as the eye can see. In summer, the midnight sun never sets, bathing the islands in golden light all day and night. Keep an eye out for sea eagles soaring overhead or whales breaching offshore. Lofoten's wildlife is as wild as its landscapes. Whether you're chasing the aurora or exploring fishing villages, Lofoten feels like a magical frontier. So, what's your Lofoten adventure, kayaking a fjord or hunting the northern lights? Let's keep exploring this stunning world. Bali, Indonesia. Ready to escape to a tropical paradise? Let's jet off to Bali, Indonesia, the island of gods. This gem in the Indian Ocean dazzles with emerald rice terraces like the UNESCO-listed Tagalalang, where green fields ripple down hills like nature's staircase. Bali's beaches like Seminyak glow with golden sand and fiery sunsets, perfect for a surf session or a sunset stroll. Dive into the culture at Ubud Monkey Forest, where cheeky macaques swing through ancient trees guarding sacred temples. Speaking of temples, Pura Uluwandanu Breton sits on Lake Breton, its pagoda-like roof floating on water, a 17th-century marvel dedicated to the water goddess. Fun fact: Bali's nickname, Island of the Gods, comes from its 10,000 temples. Spirituality is everywhere. For a thrill, hike Mount Batur at dawn. The 1,717-meter volcano rewards you with a sunrise over steaming craters. Bali's underwater world is just as magical. Snorkel off Nusa Penida to swim with manta rays in crystal-clear waters. From vibrant festivals to serene rice paddies, Bali blends adventure and peace like no other. So what's your Bali vibe, hiking a volcano or temple hopping in Ubud? Let's keep exploring this stunning world. Santorini, Greece. Ever dreamed of a sunset that takes your breath away? Let's sail to Santorini, Greece, a cycladic gem in the Aegean Sea. This island's whitewashed villages, like Oya, cling to volcanic cliffs, their blue-domed roofs sparkling against the endless blue sea. It's a postcard brought to life. Formed by a massive volcanic eruption 3,600 years ago, Santorini's caldera, a sunken crater, creates dramatic views that'll leave you speechless. Wander through Fira's narrow cobblestone streets where bougainvillea spills over white walls, and you'll feel the island's charm. Fun fact: Santorini's black sand beaches like Parissa get their color from volcanic ash, perfect for a unique beach day. For history lovers, Akrotiri unveils a Minoan city buried by that ancient eruption, often called the Pompeii of the Aegean. But the real magic? Watching the sunset from Oya, the sky blazes with orange, pink and gold, reflecting on the caldera below. It's no wonder Santorini's a top honeymoon spot. Whether you're exploring ancient ruins or sipping a drink with that iconic view, Santorini feels like a dream you'll never want to leave. So, what's your Santorini moment? Chasing history or that perfect sunset? Let's keep this journey going. Venice, Italy. Ever wanted to wander a city that floats on water? Let's glide into Venice, Italy, a dreamy maze of canals and history. Built on 118 small islands in a lagoon, Venice is a UNESCO World Heritage Site where over 400 bridges connect a world of magic. Picture gondolas drifting down the Grand Canal, their reflections dancing under arched bridges like the Rialto, a 16th-century marvel still bustling with life. St. Mark's Square is the heart of Venice. Stand in awe of the golden mosaics in St. Mark's Basilica, or climb the Campanile for a view of red-tiled roofs stretching to the sea. Fun fact: Venice is sinking about 2 millimeters a year, but its charm is timeless. For a hidden gem, hop to Burano Island. Its rainbow-colored houses look like a painter's palette, and it's been a lace-making hub since the 1500s. In February, the Venice Carnival brings the city alive with masked revelers and glittering costumes, a tradition dating back to the 13th century. Glide through narrow canals to discover secret courtyards, or sip a drink at a canal-side cafe as the sun sets, painting the water gold. Venice feels like stepping into a living fairy tale. So, what's your Venice story? Riding a gondola or joining the carnival magic? Let's keep exploring this stunning world. Banff National Park, Canada. Ever wanted to stand where mountains touch the sky? Let's explore Banff National Park, Canada, a Rocky Mountain masterpiece. Nestled in Alberta, this park spans 6,641 square kilometers of turquoise lakes and towering peaks. Lake Louise steals the show. Its glacier-fed waters glow a surreal turquoise, reflecting Mount Victoria like a mirror. Rent a canoe and glide across. Surrounded by snowy peaks, it's pure serenity. Drive the Icefields Parkway, a 232-kilometer stretch of jaw-dropping views where you might spot grizzly bears or elk grazing by the road. Fun fact: Banff, established in 1885, is Canada's first national park, sparked by the discovery of its hot springs. For a thrill, hike to Moraine Lake's rock pile. 10 peaks over 3,000 meters, frame the lake in a scene that'll leave you speechless. In winter, the park turns into a snowy wonderland, perfect for skiing at Sunshine Village. Keep an eye out for bighorn sheep scaling cliffs or bald eagles soaring above. This park is a wildlife haven. Whether you're soaking in the upper hot springs or chasing views along the parkway, Banff feels like nature's warm embrace. So, what's your Banff adventure? Canoeing on Lake Louise or hiking to Moraine? Let's keep this journey going. Bora Bora, French Polynesia. Picture yourself waking up in paradise. Let's dive into Bora Bora, French Polynesia, a jewel in the South Pacific. This tiny island, surrounded by a turquoise lagoon, is framed by the dramatic 727-meter peak of Mount Otomanu, a volcanic giant watching over paradise. The lagoon's crystal-clear waters shimmer in every shade of blue, perfect for snorkeling with manta rays right off your overwater bungalow. Kayak to deserted Motus, small islets where palm trees sway in the breeze, or swim at Matira Beach, where the sand feels like silk under your toes. Fun fact: Bora Bora means firstborn in Tahitian, named by ancient Polynesian explorers who totally fell in love with its beauty. For a thrill, hike into the jungle to find World War II cannons hidden among the greenery, left by American troops. At sunset, the sky blazes with golden hues, reflecting on the lagoon like a mirror. It's no wonder Bora Bora is a honeymoon favorite. Romance is in the air. Whether you're snorkeling with reef sharks or relaxing on a motu, this island feels like a slice of heaven. So, what's your Bora Bora dream? Diving into the lagoon or chasing that sunset glow? Let's keep this journey going. Dubai, United Arab Emirates. Imagine a city where the future meets the desert. Let's soar into Dubai, UAE, a dazzling gem on the Arabian Gulf. Rising from golden sands, Dubai boasts the Burj Khalifa, the world's tallest building at 829.8 meters. From its 148th floor observation deck, the city sparkles like a sea of lights, with skyscrapers stretching to the horizon. Cruise down Dubai Marina on a traditional dhow boat, where modern yachts glide past glass towers reflecting the sunset. For a taste of history, wander the Al Fahidi district, its wind-towered houses from the 19th century whisper tales of pearl divers. Fun fact: Dubai's Palm Jumeirah, a man-made island shaped like a palm tree, adds 78 kilometers of coastline. Head there to relax on pristine beaches or dive into the Aquaventure water park's thrilling slides. For an adventure, take a desert safari. Ride a 4x4 over dunes, then watch the stars ignite the night sky at a Bedouin camp. Dubai's blend of luxury and tradition is unreal. Gold souks glitter with treasures, while the Dubai fountain dances to music every evening. Whether you're shopping in the world's largest mall or gazing at the city from the Burj, Dubai feels like a dream of endless possibilities. So, what's your Dubai moment, scaling the Burj Khalifa or dancing sands in the desert? Let's keep this journey going. Yellowstone National Park, USA. Ready to witness nature's wildest show? Let's step into Yellowstone National Park, USA, a wonderland of geothermal magic. Spanning 8,983 square kilometers across Wyoming, Montana, and Idaho, Yellowstone became the world's first national park in 1872. Its star attraction? Old Faithful Geyser, erupting every 90 minutes, shooting boiling water up to 56 meters high, nature's perfect clock. Marvel at the grand prismatic spring, a rainbow pool 112 meters wide, where vivid blues, oranges, and yellows steam in the sunlight. It's like a giant artist's palette. Yellowstone sits on a supervolcano, with over 10,000 geothermal features bubbling beneath the surface. For wildlife, you're in for a treat spot: grizzly bears, wolves, or herds of bison roaming the Lamar Valley, often called America's Serengeti. Hike to the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone, where the Yellowstone River carves a 32-kilometer chasm, its 308-meter upper falls thundering below. Whether you're watching a geyser erupt or gazing at a bison under a starry sky, Yellowstone feels like Earth's beating heart. So, what's your Yellowstone adventure, chasing geysers or spotting wildlife? Let's keep exploring this stunning world. Great Wall of China. Can you imagine a wall so vast it's seen from space? Let's explore the Great Wall of China, a monument of epic endurance. Snaking over 21,196 kilometers through rugged mountains and deserts, this UNESCO World Heritage Site was built over centuries, starting in the 3rd century BC to protect against invaders. Imagine 10 million workers toiling to create this giant. Some sections are so steep, you'll feel the climb in your legs. Visit the Mutianyu section, where lush forests frame ancient watchtowers, perfect for panoramic views at sunrise. Fun fact, the wall isn't one continuous line. It's a network of walls with some parts made of rammed earth, others of brick. Hike to Jiangku, the wildest stretch, where the wall clings to cliffs like a dragon's spine, unrestored and raw. From the top, you can see the wall weaving endlessly, a testament to China's past. It's not just a structure, it's a symbol of resilience, guarding stories of emperors and warriors. Whether you're exploring a restored tower or standing on a crumbling edge, the Great Wall feels like a bridge to history. So, what's your Great Wall moment, hiking Jiangku's wild path or watching the sunrise at Mutianyu? Let's keep this journey going. Antarctica. Ever wondered what the edge of the world feels like? Let's venture to Antarctica, Earth's frozen frontier. This icy continent, covering 14 million square kilometers, is the coldest place on the planet, with temperatures dropping to minus 89 degrees Celsius. It's also the driest, technically a desert, getting less than 200 millimeters of precipitation a year. But don't let that fool you. Antarctica's beauty is jaw-dropping, with towering icebergs glowing blue in the sunlight. Cruise through the Drake Passage to the Antarctic Peninsula, where you'll spot waddling Adelie penguins. Over 2.5 million pairs nest here. Fun fact, Antarctica holds 70% of the world's fresh water, locked in its massive ice sheets, some over 4 kilometers thick. For a thrill, you can kayak among icebergs in Paradise Bay, where humpback whales breach nearby, their songs echoing through the stillness. At Deception Island, you get to walk on a volcanic caldera, and its black sands actually steam from geothermal heat. And if you're lucky, you might catch the midnight sun in summer, where daylight lasts a full 24 hours, painting the ice in golden hues. Antarctica isn't just a place, it's a pristine wilderness, untouched and honestly, pretty humbling. So what's your Antarctic dream? Kayaking with whales or standing on a steaming volcano? Let's keep this journey going. Sossusvlei, Namibia. Ever dreamed of a desert that looks like a painting? Let's journey to Sossusvlei, Namibia, where dunes touch the sky. Nestled in the Namibia Desert, the world's oldest at 55 million years, Sossusvlei's towering red dunes rise up to 400 meters, some of the tallest on Earth. At sunrise, they glow fiery orange, casting shadows that dance across the sand. Alright, climb Big Daddy, the highest dune here, for a view of Deadvlei. It's this white clay pan dotted with 900-year-old petrified acacia trees, their skeletal shapes just standing out starkly against the dunes. Oh, and fun fact, Sossusvlei means dead-end marsh in local languages because the Zhangjiajie River ends right here, unable to reach the sea. For a real thrill, you can sandboard down the dunes, or, if you're feeling adventurous, take a hot air balloon ride to see the endless waves of sand from above. Keep an eye out for desert-adapted wildlife like oryx antelopes, their curved horns just glinting in the sun. Sossusvlei's surreal beauty honestly feels like stepping onto another planet. It's a place where time stands still. So, what's your Sossusvlei adventure, climbing Big Daddy or soaring over the dunes? Let's keep exploring this stunning world. Salar de Uyuni, Bolivia. Ever wanted to walk on a mirror in the sky? Well, let's step into Salar de Uyuni, Bolivia, the world's largest salt flat. Stretching over 10,582 square kilometers in the Andes, this dazzling white expanse was once a prehistoric lake that dried up 40,000 years ago, and after rain it transforms into a giant mirror, reflecting clouds and mountains like a surreal dream, perfect for those mind-bending photos. Explore the cactus-covered Isla Inkawasi, a rocky island rising from the salt, where you'll feel like you're on another planet. Fun fact, Salar de Uyuni holds between 50 and 70% of the world's lithium reserves, powering your phone and electric cars. Spot flamingos wading in the shallow waters, their pink feathers popping against the white, especially near the colorful Laguna Colorada nearby. For adventure, join a 4x4 tour across the endless flats, or watch the sunset turn the salt pink and gold. This otherworldly landscape, 3,656 meters above sea level, is a natural wonder that defies imagination. So, what's your Salar de Uyuni thrill? Snapping mirror selfies or chasing flamingos? Let's keep this journey going. Zhangjiajie National Forest Park. Ever wanted to soar among floating mountains? Let's dive into Zhangjiajie National Forest Park, China, a fantasy brought to life. Nestled in Hunan Province, this UNESCO site boasts over 3,000 sandstone pillars, some soaring 400 meters high, inspiring the floating Hallelujah Mountains in Avatar. Misty clouds often wrap these peaks, making them look like they're drifting in the sky. Take the Bailong Elevator, the world's tallest outdoor lift, up 326 meters for a breathtaking view, or hike the Zhangjiajie trails to see the peaks up close. Fun fact, Zhangjiajie covers 369 square kilometers and is home to over 700 plant species, including rare orchids. And hey, you might even spot golden pheasants or monkeys swinging through the forest as you explore Tianzi Mountain, where jagged cliffs meet swirling fog. For adventure, cross the Zhangjiajie Glass Bridge, the longest of its kind at 430 meters, suspended 300 meters above a canyon. This park's otherworldly beauty feels like stepping into a movie set. So, what's your Zhangjiajie thrill? Riding the glass bridge or hiking to a floating peak? Let's keep this journey going. Grand Canyon, USA. Ever wanted to gaze into a canyon carved by time? Let's explore the Grand Canyon, USA, a natural masterpiece. Stretching 446 kilometers through Arizona, this UNESCO site plunges 1.6 kilometers deep, its colorful rock layers revealing 2 billion years of Earth's history. Watch the sun paint the canyon red, orange, and purple from Mather Point. It's a view that stops you in your tracks. Hike the Bright Angel Trail, winding past ancient cliffs, or raft the wild Colorado River, which sculpted this wonder over millions of years. Fun fact, the canyon's south rim sees 5 million visitors yearly, but the quieter north rim offers solitude with its pine forests, spot condors soaring above, their 3-meter wingspans a rare sight, or marvel at the canyon's vastness from Yavapai Point. For a thrill, take a helicopter ride over the canyon's rugged edges, or camp under a sky full of stars. The Grand Canyon isn't just a sight, it's a journey through time. So what's your Grand Canyon adventure? Hiking the trails or flying above the rim? Let's keep this journey going. Amalfi Coast, Italy. Imagine stepping into a cliffside paradise. Welcome to the Amalfi Coast, Italy, a gem along the Mediterranean. Stretching 50 kilometers along the Sorrentine Peninsula, this UNESCO site dazzles with pastel villages like Positano, clinging to steep cliffs above turquoise waters. The scent of lemon groves fills the air, a nod to the region's famous limoncello. Wander the narrow streets of Amalfi town, where the 9th century Duomo di Sant'Andrea gleams with Arab Norman tiles, or hike the Path of the Gods for views that steal your breath. Think rugged cliffs meeting endless blue. Fun fact, the coast's 13 towns are connected by the winding Amalfi Drive, a 65-kilometer road carved into the mountains, often called one of the world's most scenic routes. Dive into the sea at Praiano's hidden coves, or take a boat to Capri, just offshore, where the blue grotto sparkles with light. With its colorful houses and stunning sunsets, the Amalfi Coast feels like a postcard come alive. So, what's your Amalfi dream? Hiking the cliffs or sipping limoncello by the sea? Let's keep this journey going. Cappadocia, Turkey. Ever dreamed of floating above a fairy tale land? Let's drift into Cappadocia, Turkey, a wonder of rock and sky. Carved from volcanic tuff over millions of years, this region features surreal fairy chimneys, tall, cone-shaped rock formations dotted with ancient cave homes. Each year, hundreds of hot air balloons lift off at dawn, painting the sky with color over Goreme. Explore the Gorim Open-Air Museum, where 4th-century rock-cut churches hide stunning frescoes, or venture into Derinkuyu, an underground city dug 85 meters deep to shelter thousands from invaders. Fun fact, Cappadocia's unique landscape was shaped by eruptions from Mount Erciyes 3 million years ago. Hike the Rose Valley, where red and pink hues glow at sunset, or ride a horse through the otherworldly terrain. With its blend of history and magic, Cappadocia feels like stepping into a different world. So, what's your Cappadocia adventure? Ballooning at dawn or exploring underground? Let's keep this journey going. Rainbow Mountain, Peru. Ever wanted to hike a rainbow in the mountains? Let's trek to Rainbow Mountain, Peru, a burst of color in the Andes. Rising 5,200 meters above sea level, this stunning ridge dazzles with stripes of red, yellow, green, and pink, colors formed by mineral deposits over millions of years. It was hidden under ice until 2016, making it a modern marvel. Join a guided hike through the chilly highlands, where llamas graze and the air thins as you climb. Fun fact, the mountain's vibrant hues come from iron, copper, and sulfur exposed by glacial retreat. At the summit, catch panoramic views of the Ausengate Range, and if you're lucky, spot Andean condors gliding overhead with their 3-meter wingspans. The journey's tough but worth it. Local communities offer warm coca tea to fuel your adventure. Rainbow Mountain feels like nature's masterpiece, blending beauty with challenge. So, what's your Rainbow Mountain thrill? Hiking to the top or sipping tea with a view? Let's keep this journey going. Socotra Archipelago, Yemen. Ever wanted to visit an island straight out of a sci-fi movie? Let's journey to the Socotra Archipelago, Yemen, Earth's alien paradise. Isolated in the Arabian Sea, this UNESCO site spans 3,625 square kilometers, with over 37% of its 800 plant species found nowhere else. Like the quirky dragonblood trees with their umbrella shapes. Explore Hagir Mountains, rising 1,503 meters, where rare birds like the Socotra sparrow flutter, or dive into Detwa Lagoon, its turquoise waters teeming with coral reefs. Fun fact, Socotra split from the supercontinent Gondwana 60 million years ago, creating its unique ecosystem. Wander Kalencia Beach, where white sands meet bizarre bottle trees, or hike to caves hiding ancient fossils. With its otherworldly landscapes, Socotra feels like a lost world, untouched by time. So what's your Socotra adventure, hiking the mountains or diving the lagoon? Let's keep this journey going. Sahara Desert. Ever dreamed of vanishing into endless sands? Let's wander the Sahara Desert, the world's hottest desert. Spanning 9.2 million square kilometers across North Africa, it's home to towering dunes like those in Morocco's Erg Chebi, some reaching 150 meters high. The sunsets here paint the sky with fiery hues, a sight you won't forget. Join a camel caravan through Algeria's Tassili N'Ajjer, where ancient rock art, over 7,000 years old, tells stories of early life. Fun fact, the Sahara wasn't always a desert, it was a lush savanna 6,000 years ago, with rivers and lakes. Camp under a sky bursting with stars, or explore Egypt's white desert, where chalk formations glow like sculptures. Spot desert foxes or monitor lizards adapting to this harsh land, where temperatures can hit 50 degrees Celsius by day. The Sahara's vast beauty is both wild and timeless. So, what's your Sahara adventure? Riding camels or stargazing in the dunes? Let's keep this journey going. Keukenhof Gardens, Netherlands. Ever wanted to walk through a living rainbow? Let's stroll into Keukenhof Gardens, Netherlands, the world's tulip paradise. Spanning 32 hectares near Lies, this floral wonder showcases 7 million bulbs, tulips, daffodils and hyacinths, blooming from March to May each year. It's a burst of color that draws 1.5 million visitors annually. Wander past manicured gardens and serene lakes where windmills add a classic Dutch touch. Fun fact, Keukenhof, meaning kitchen garden, started in the 15th century as a herb garden for a castle, evolving into this floral spectacle by 1949. Ride a bike through nearby tulip fields, or snap photos of the iconic pavilions, showcasing rare blooms. Spot swans gliding on the waterways, or enjoy the scent of flowers filling the air. Keukenhof feels like a painter's dream brought to life. So, what's your Keukenhof moment? Cycling the fields or admiring the blooms? Let's keep this journey going. Istanbul, Turkey. Ever wanted to step where east meets west? Let's dive into Istanbul, Turkey, a city of bridges and history. Straddling 2 continents, Europe and Asia, this bustling metropolis was once Constantinople, capital of the Byzantine and Ottoman empires for over 1,500 years. The iconic Hagia Sophia, with its massive dome, stands as a testament to that legacy. Cruise the Bosphorus Strait, a 31-kilometer waterway splitting the city, where Ottoman palaces like Dolmabahce gleam along the shores. Fun fact, Istanbul's Grand Bazaar, one of the world's oldest markets, buzzes with 4,000 shops selling spices and silk since the 15th century. Explore the Blue Mosque's stunning tiles or ride a tram through the lively streets of Beyoğlu. With its blend of ancient ruins and modern vibes, Istanbul feels like a living storybook. So what's your Istanbul adventure? Cruising the Bosphorus or shopping the Grand Bazaar? Let's keep this journey going. Giza, Egypt. Ever wanted to stand where history whispers? Let's journey to Giza, Egypt, home of the ancient wonders. Just outside Cairo, this UNESCO site holds the Great Pyramid, built 4,500 years ago for Pharaoh Khufu. Its 2.3 million stone blocks rise 146 meters, a marvel of engineering. The Sphinx, with its lion body and human face, guards the plateau, shrouded in mystery. Explore the Pyramid of Khafre, still capped with limestone, or wander the Giza Plateau as the sun sets, casting golden shadows. Fun fact, the Great Pyramid was the tallest man-made structure for over 3,800 years until the Eiffel Tower. Ride a camel across the sands, or visit the Solar Boat Museum, where a 4,500-year-old vessel was unearthed. With its timeless pyramids and starry skies, Giza feels like a gateway to the past. So what's your Giza moment, exploring the pyramids or riding a camel at sunset? This journey ends here, but what a ride it's been. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your comments below.